Hey guys, okay, so today I am going to be doing one of my last KonMari videos, and this is going to be sentimentals. Now, this is the hardest by far category, which is why she leaves it for last, because it's really hard, and I mean, you can imagine that. But so if you haven't seen any of my other videos in this series, I will leave them linked down below. If you don't know what KonMari is, it's kind of like a method of decluttering your life. I will leave my intro video that I talk all about it down below. And yeah. Okay, so I'm just reading from my little book right here, but one of the things that she says is no matter how wonderful things used to be, we cannot relive the past. Joy and excitement we feel here and now are more important. So that kind of refers to like all of your sentimental items. The joy that we are able to experience right now is so much different than what we can experience in the past, and you can't relive the past. You can have your items from the past, you can have all of that, but there's no way for you to physically relive the past. And I think that's what a lot of people get stuck on, is they try to just like hold on to things because they think that means that they will be able to relive the past, which it doesn't. Like, that's impossible. So really, it's difficult. It's really hard, but you just have to kind of get in the mindset that you can have these things and reflect back on them, but it's not going to make the past come back if you keep this type of thing. So next, a little bullet point that I wrote down is if you would send it to your parents, then get rid of it. The purpose of those boyfriend letters was fulfillment the moment it was received. So like if you're like, oh, I'll just send all this stuff to my parents' house, like they'll just keep it in their basement, I don't have enough space. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You are never going to go back to it. You are never going to go back to your parents' house and open up those boxes, or you're never going to be like, oh yeah, I want to go read that letter from my 9th grade boyfriend, and now I've been married for 20 years. Like, what? But that's like a lot of things with like her gift items also, is you received the joy when you got the item. There's no need to keep it around now. So I'm back and my lip color changed a little bit. I just put on a different lipstick because I was eating lunch and it wore off and I didn't really like that other color. Anyways, okay, so I don't exactly remember what I was talking about, but this one's kind of sticky. So what I was talking about, I think, is if you would send it to your parents, then get rid of it. I think I already talked about that. Okay, so my next little bullet point is all of your memories and all of your everything like that, is you want to keep things that are going to be the person you are becoming, not the person you were. So not your past, and I know that sentimentals, like a lot of sentimentals is who you were and your past and all different kinds of things like that. And you want to keep the things that truly, truly, truly are very meaningful to you, not just like, oh, I think maybe one day I'll look at that. Oh, I think maybe like I'll, need this one day, or I'll want to look back on it. No, don't do that. And another thing you kind of want to keep in mind, not as much so for me because I'm not married, I don't have kids. But if you are married and have kids, think of like, are these things that you want to pass down to your kids, or are they things that you want your kids to have to deal with one day? Like, my grandma just moved and her house was full of so much stuff, and it's like, do you want your kids to have to deal with all of that stuff when the day comes, or when you have to move or something like that? Like, you don't want to put that burden on them, so do it for yourself now. Okay, and then as far as photos go, so the method that KonMari suggests is remove all of your photos from your photo album. Now, for someone like me, that's a lot of pictures. And take all of them out and just look at them one by one and think, like, does it touch your heart? And I know that's so weird to think about, but like kind of with photos and memories and things like that, it's a little bit easier. Like, does it spark joy? Does it touch your heart? Is it like, do you also and I talk about this a little bit in a minute, like when I'm actually going through everything, but like, you don't need to keep duplicates. Today's technology, like, if you just have a hard copy on your laptop, you're good to go. You don't need to keep multiples, prints, everything like that. You just don't need those. There's no point. And like how I'm gonna talk about it in a minute, so this is kind of repetitive, but whatever. I use them for scrapbooking sometimes, and so I'm like, oh, I'll just keep all of them, like whatever. But only print the ones that you know you're gonna need. Like, there's no point in having like extras around, just like making a mess basically. And so she also says only keep 5 per like special day or special event printed. Now, these rules kind of go for like digital files also, but you kind of want to be more careful with those, because once you delete them, they're gone forever. But I know that I just have tons and tons and tons on my computer, and you want to really just keep the really, really good pictures, the ones that you would be proud to show off. So her kind of rule of thumb is to only keep about 5 pictures per special event or per day or whatever. But also, like, if it's like a trip or something, only like, say it's like a week-long trip, you don't have to just keep 5 total. You can keep like 5 per day from that trip, if that makes sense. And basically just do it now. That is one of the hardest things, is like, oh, I'll just go through my pictures later, like let me just get through the rest of my sentimental things. No, do it now. You will be so much happier. This is me giving you a kick in the butt. Just do it now. I promise, I promise. Just take a little bit of time while your kids are napping or right after school or whatever, and just do it. I feel weird. So those are basically all of my little notes for Sentimentals. Sentimentals is really, really hard. And I know I haven't made an official video about this yet, but my new business is helping people organize their rooms or closets or whatever. And I was recently helping a lady with her basement, and she had these like rocking chairs that the grandmothers had given her kids, but now her kids are grown and she doesn't know what to do with them because it's such a sentimental thing. But she just feels bad getting rid of them, and she doesn't know what to do with them. And it's hard. Like, I've said that, sorry, I keep playing with my hair. Like, I've said this multiple times, sentimentals are hard. That's why it's the last step in the KonMari series, because it's really, really difficult. And you just have to think, is it something that you're just keeping out of like kind of guilt, kind of like, or can you get rid of it? Can you give it to someone else who would make them happier? And that is one of the things that I've kind of kept in my mind throughout this whole KonMari process, is this something that I can get rid of that would make someone else happier than it makes me? So like those little rocking chairs, could someone else with that name or someone else repaint it, make their little girl happier than it's making your grown adults that it's sitting in the basement? You know what I mean? So it's just different things to think about like that. But so now I am going to get into organizing all my sentimentals. So this stuff is pretty much organized. I went through and reorganized it semi-recently. So I've just got this one big container, and then I've got another one, and another one. And so the big one holds more of bigger stuff, I guess. I'll open it up and show you guys inside. And then this one holds like IDs and stuff like that. And then this one has like lanyards and stuff of that matter. And then under here I've got some letters and then some journals and just little things like that. So this is what I was saying, is I have this in here, which is more of sentimental like items. So I have, and this is just a little folder. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby. So I've got like Taylor Swift confetti, my Cayman Islands tickets, this spoon from this camp I went to. It's a long story. And I like that I have labeled them with a postcard, or what are these called? Note cards, so that I can tell exactly what is in here. Then I just have a bunch of other stuff. So I have some letters, it looks like, and then I have like the newspaper from the day I was born, and just a bunch of other stuff. And I think in here is like letters and things like that, and this is just a folder from Target or something. Yeah, the dollar spot at Target. And I really recommend doing this if you're organizing like a lot of stuff. So these are just like little letters, and you can put note cards in here and all sorts of stuff like that. Finished going through those bins over there and deciding that this is all of the stuff that I'm going to keep, and this is the stuff that I'm going to get rid of. So now I'm just going to be going through the bottom of this, which is kind of like bigger stuff, and it's got more of like clothes that I've made over time, or like baby clothes, or just different stuff like that. And then I am going to kind of reorganize everything, put it all back, and yeah. So there were some stuff that was like, it's like this mask I made, and I've kept it ever since I made it, but like it doesn't say what year I made it on. I believe it was like freshman year, but I don't think so. And no, I think it was actually in elementary school. See, I can't even remember, and it hasn't, I think it was elementary school, but it hasn't like done anything for me. Like it just sits there and takes up like valuable space, and like I like it and I think it's cool, but I'm never going to do anything with it ever again. So kind of stuff like that, just stuff that like I know is not worth keeping, kind of. Like, yeah, it meant something to me at the time, and like I've kept it for a while and I like enjoyed it, but like I'm not going to continue enjoying it, if that makes sense. So yeah, now I'm going to go through the bottom part. So this was a project that we did in my 8th grade class, and it was a time capsule, and we actually opened them this year, so we weren't allowed to open them until our senior year. And there is just a bunch of stuff in here. I am for sure keeping like all of the letters that my family wrote me, but I'm just not sure about like everything else. So like there's notes that like my friends wrote me, but like I'm not friends with those people anymore, and like I might keep a few of them, but like I don't really see a need. Like it was fun to look at first and see how awful and like just read it, but I don't know if it's necessarily stuff that I'm going to, you know, want to look back and like have. I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at currently. this box, and this bag is the stuff I'm getting rid of. This is majority of stuff I'm keeping, and then that little pile is stuff I'm getting rid of, but stuff that can be like reused. And then I think I have to go through my pictures, which are all stored down there in that box, and I'm really nervous because I know it's gonna be hard, but it's what you gotta do. Beyond disgusting. I found mold in my lunchbox. Oh god, I want to throw up. So here are my photos. I think these are like my extra ones or ones that I just have. Oh yeah, these are overflow. So then I have this organizer in my closet, and I keep all of these photos in there. And so I have freshman year, and then like underneath it I have like the summer going into sophomore year, and I just got these at the Container Store, and then I put little labels on them. What do you call this? Index cards. And then on the back I have like main like events kind of, and so I have those, and then obviously junior year, and then I have from like 2006 until 2011 I have like random ones. Then I have Young Life Camp, my sophomore year ones. And then I have cheerleading and football games, family and pet photos. And then I think this is my most recent one, but I'm not sure. Oh Lord, so I'm gonna get started with this. And what I was thinking is, I was like, well, I could put them, like, this is fine, but you don't go through them, you never see them. So I was like, oh, I could, you know, put them in photo albums, which I totally could. But one of the problems is, like, with me doing scrapbooking and everything, like, that's kind of what is supposed to replace this. And it kind of does to a sense. But I kind of also want to start doing, like, Shutterfly photo books for events and stuff, so that I don't have big pile-ups like this. But I'm not super good with, like, graphic designs and stuff like that. But that is something that I'm definitely thinking about doing, just so I don't have all of this. But I still have them on my computer and everything like that. It's just I don't have a lot of big hard copies. And when I do scrapbook and stuff, I can just pull out, just print off the ones that I need. So I'm going to start going through these. This is going to be pretty difficult. I mean, Sentimentals, the whole thing is difficult. But this is going to be like really difficult for me because I'm kind of like a hoarder of paper type things. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. See, I already can't. I was starting to think, because I was going through all my pictures, that another huge part of your pictures is your pictures on your computer. So I have my computer, it's actually like under you guys, and I was going through it, and it's just insane how many pictures there are. So like I don't know, I probably have like over 1,000 pictures in here. I want to say, I can't find it right now, but I want to say that I saw somewhere on my photos thing that I had over 16,000 pictures, which is insane. And so that is something that I'm gonna do also, is just go through and delete a whole bunch of pictures off my computer. Now I am a little bit more cautious when deleting them off my computer, because like these you can just throw away, and if you need them you can reprint them, but on your computer like you can't really get them back. So that's just something that I wanted to mention real quick. But yeah, so now I have gone through everything, and I am going to start sorting it and putting it in different little categories and everything like that. Okay, so this is my high school diploma, and then in here I have like cards and like handwritten letters, and then like letters from my school, and then my time capsule letters that I talked about earlier, and then like awards and stuff like that. And then this I didn't touch. And then in here I have like this book from preschool, some other little books, my letters, the newspaper, and then at the bottom I have a baby book, and then just some other little pictures, and it fits perfectly. Then over here in this little photo holder, I have like some caution tape from my forensics class. I have a little thing from a camp that I used to run, and just a bunch of little miscellaneous little items. And then in this one I have like jewelry and little sentimental like things that you could wear, I guess technically. And then I just have some pictures, so like a picture from my first grade class, and just some sentimental items like that. And then this one has some like ID badges that I had, and then all of my like IDs and like school IDs and everything like that are over on this side. And then I just have like my cap and gown tassel thing, and then my cap tassel, and then under here is just a DVD from when I was in Hawaii and we swam with the dolphins. And then this is weird, but I just kind of couldn't get rid of it. It is my dog collar, or my dog's collar, and he died when I was in first grade, and we have since had another dog that has since died, and I didn't keep this, but I was like, I don't even like remember the dog who this was from like a lot. Like, I mean, I do, but I was really attached to it when I was younger, and so I don't know, I just feel weird not keeping it. And then these are some glass. I feel 100% accomplished once I am done with my photos in my computer. But yeah, this is everything. So I hope you guys liked this video. I think the ending got cut off a little bit, but basically what I was just saying is that I'm gonna be a lot more relieved. Like, I am really relieved now that I've gone through everything, gotten a lot of my sentimentals pared down to just this one little trunk, and there's even room to grow in it. But once I get through all of my pictures on my computer, it would be a huge weight lifted off me. Also, a weight lifted off my computer because the storage is running out. So yeah, and that takes a lot more time for me personally, just because I have a lot more digital photos. But you can also, like, if you delete them off your computer and they're on Facebook or something, or they're on, you know, there's different social medias or like iCloud or different things like that, that you don't necessarily have to delete the photo completely. That makes any sense. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to check out my other videos in this series. I will leave them linked down below. If you guys have any video requests, definitely let me know down below. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Bye.